So what now we are discussing is financial analysis for decision making. Now does it really matter as to what situation you are in? Whether you are on the board of a company as an independent director, or you have made investment in a company in China, or you are trying to fix valuation of a company, or you are trying to do the competitive benchmarking, right? So you want to find out as to how you are doing vis-a-vis your competitor. So what you really need to look at is, you need to look at 5-6 things, and the first one that you need to look at is the profitability. And remember, profitability you have to look at from the perspective of sales. Profitability you need to look at from the perspective of the efficiency, as to how efficiently you are using your assets. And profitability you will need to look at from the perspective of capital providers. That means the people who have given you capital, what kind of returns you are giving to those capital. So that's number one. The second thing that I would look at if I have to do analysis, financial analysis of any business, the second thing that I would look at is the liquidity. And what is liquidity? In very simple words, liquidity is the ability of the business to take care of its short-term obligations. And if I can put it in still simple words, liquidity means short-term solvency. So is the business solvent in the short term? That's liquidity. And the third thing that I would look at is the solvency. Is my business solvent? Is the business that we are talking about, is the business that we are analyzing, is it solvent? Or it is on the verge of insolvency? Obviously, if I have to buy a running company, I will not be interested in a company which is on the verge of insolvency. But if my interest is to get into a business and which is cheaply available to me, I would definitely look at a company which is on the verge of closure. Why? Because I am able to get it much cheaper than if I was to start a new company altogether, wait for a period of 2-3 years, and then start getting the returns. So instead of, I would go for a company which is insolvent or on the verge of insolvency. And what is insolvency? I think is very interesting. Insolvency is long-term liquidity. So if I can put it in very simple words, liquidity is short-term solvency and solvency is long-term liquidity. So what is solvency? Solvency is your ability to take care of your long-term obligations. Are you able to discharge all your long-term obligations as and when they become due? If you have that capability, if you have that ability, remember you are a solvent. If you do not have, that means you are not. And after these solvency, then what are the fourth thing that I would look at if I have to analyze any company anywhere? The fourth thing that I would look at is efficiency. Efficiency with which the business is using its assets. Remember, all said and done, in today's world, if you want to compete, if you want to be profitable, if you want to keep on creating value consistently, if you want really to make a mark for yourself, if you want to establish your brand equity, one thing that you cannot ignore is the efficiency. And in today's world, when the information is so easily available, what is going to differentiate the winners from the losers is the efficiency. Are you using your resources efficiently? If you are doing it, that means your company is good. And if you are failing on efficiency, that means the days ahead for you are not good. You are bound to have problem. So the fourth thing that I will look at is the efficiency. And after the efficiency, the fifth thing that I will look at is the leverage. And when I say leverage, what I mean is financial leverage. And what is financial leverage? Is very simple. Leverage का मतलब क्या है? The meaning of leverage is very simple. When you borrow, that means you are leveraging. If you don't borrow, that means you are not leveraging. And remember, if I ask you, and I would like all of you to give me the answer, why should a company borrow? Or why do companies borrow? Rajiv?
Because the companies borrow because with their own money, they can create a larger resource by leveraging their money to get better results.
Better results in what sense?
In terms of to do more business, to create more value for the business. So whereas you have limited resources in terms of equity or in terms of
money capital,
you leverage it in the bank within certain norms so that you don't come under.
So what you are suggesting is people borrow because they do not have money?
No, one borrows to be able to you use your money to borrow more money to do more business, to create more result.
But you know what? When you borrow, you have to pay interest actually. And then the interest, since you are paying interest, that means is going from the return that you would get.
The cost of interest. My money is more expensive. I want more return on my money than what the bank charges me interest. Borrowing debt is a cheaper.
But how do you say that your money is more expensive? Because on the money that you put in, you do not pay interest to anybody. But the money that you borrow from a bank, on that money you pay interest.
I want to use my money more efficiently, more effectively to generate, with my effort, generate more money for me than what the bank would give me interest.
Okay.
Or what I would pay to the bank is in the form.
Very good. Okay. So why people borrow?
I'm not able to express.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Give an example in this. If I put in 10 rupees and I am able to buy 10 things of 1 rupee each and sell it for 2 rupees, what I am earning is 10 rupees on my 10 rupees. If I am able to raise another 30 rupees from the bank at a price of 10 paisa per rupee, that means I am going to pay the bank 3 rupees additionally. But I am able to buy 40 things of 1 rupee which I can sell at 80 rupees. So my 10 rupees plus the bank's 30 rupees which is cheaper, I am able to generate a higher profit of 40 rupees. I will have to pay the bank back, let's say 33 rupees. But I am still then earning 17 vis-a-vis where I would have earned 10.
So are you suggesting that borrowing is good?
Borrowing is good if you are able to pay it back. If you are unable to pay it back, if for example there is no market for 40 things and you borrow to be able to sell 40, then you are going to get stuck because you have to pay it back. But if there is a market and you are willing to take the risk, then borrowing could be a very good way to grow faster.
Borrowing is good as long as you can service the debt. So it is very necessary to evaluate the kind of earning you can get from your business based on which one should borrow. Otherwise, that is the job of a businessman.
Absolutely.
Evaluate.
Yeah. So it's not that people would borrow because they do not have money. People would borrow because borrowing benefits a business in more than 14 ways.
Okay.
So when you borrow, not only you get a high return as both of you have mentioned, there are 13 other advantages of borrowing, and I'm sure in some point in time in future we will discuss about as to what those benefits are. But remember, at the same time, borrowing is fraught with risk. So when you borrow, you have to be really very, very careful. As an insolvency professional, nowadays I am coming across many people who are in deep trouble, and primarily they are in deep trouble because they have gone for borrowing blindly, completely blindly, without applying their mind. They have gone for borrowing, and it's really very unfortunate that today the lenders take advantage of you. So if you don't apply your mind, they will trap you with a very high rate of interest. And not only they will trap you with a very high rate of interest, they might not ask you for hypothecation of your personal assets, but they will ask you for personal guarantee. And let me tell you, giving a personal guarantee is as worse, or I would say even more worse than hypothecating the assets. Because hypothecation of the assets might take some time, but invocation of the bank personal guarantee is very quick. And remember, even if you have not hypothecated your personal assets in favor of the lender, if you have given a bank personal guarantee, you have to sell off your assets to ensure that you pay the lender. And therefore, I very strongly recommend and advise to everybody who goes for borrowing to have somebody who understands finance along with him, so that he can make him understand the implications of the borrowing. When you borrow, you see the money coming in, and you see the money coming in, and you feel very excited about it. But the worst is, the money which is coming today is fine, but then you have to pay this money back to the lender. You not only have to pay this money back to the lender, but you also have to pay interest on it. I do not want to mention it, but then I'm sure you all must have heard many times that so and so committed suicide. And what was the reason? The reason was high debt. And that is financial leverage. So if I had to analyze a business anywhere in the world, the fifth thing that I'm going to look at is the financial leverage of that business. What is the borrowing of that business? And remember, I'm not going to worry about whether that company has borrowed more or borrowed less. What is going to be my focus? My focus is going to be whether this company has an ability to service that debt or not. So, generally speaking, these are the 5 things that we would look at for doing the financial analysis of any business.